So as happy as people are that Jo Swinson is no longer a Member of Parliament, it would surprise all of you, I'm certain, to know there is a possibility that she could in fact come back. I don't mean, by the way, in 5 years, but as early as possibly mid-next year. How, might you ask, will this happen? Well, it's funny you mention that, because there is a system in place that exists to allow former MPs to come back, but in a different capacity. In this case, the capacity would be as a Baroness. Yeah, a Baroness. Jo Swinson. Somebody who doesn't even know what a woman is. I'll link Sargon's video, it's just too funny not to look at. The current interim co-leader of the party, Sir Edward Davey, has said he wants to see Jo Swinson back in politics, and that if the dissolution honours list is passed by Johnson, she could in fact return as a Baroness. Currently, the Liberal Democrats are in a process of trying to find someone suitable to replace Jo. Somebody who can take the party forward, and Daisy Cooper is emerging as a potential successor. Now, it should be noted, Jo Swinson herself also wants to come back, if possible, as a Baroness, because nothing reeks of Baroness more than Jo Swinson. Sir Edward Davey believes that Jo has a lot to offer British politics. I tend to disagree, because what she offered before was arrogance and poor decision, something which is still going on within those in the Labour Party especially, that are pointing, waggling and blaming, because what you really achieve there is absolutely nothing. Well done, Labour, further proving the point you're not the party of the British people, but entirely the party of the blame. Now, the way this will work is that Boris Johnson has to announce a dissolution honours list. He doesn't have to, but he is more than likely going to, which means the Liberal Democrats are allowed a certain number of peerages. Typically, these are set aside for donors, but Jo Swinson being their first female leader, and like Jeremy Corbyn, Prime Minister in waiting, would undoubtedly be offered one of those peerages. Many people within their party and that particular side of the argument want her back in politics, and that's fine, but I think she can come back as long as she stops with the Remain nonsense. I think yet again, Remain got utterly annihilated. The point was made, please learn from it. It's starting to get embarrassing. I did mention Daisy Cooper, by the way, as a possible replacement. I would argue not, unless the Liberal Democrats want a leader that has no parliamentary experience being placed in charge of a political party immediately upon entering Parliament, which would be quite dangerous, I think. At this present time, the Liberal Democrats are a very small party, so taking them seriously when they do their conferences in a McDonald's kids area would of course be something to watch. When it happens next year, I can hardly wait. But it should be recognised and acknowledged they are still a party to look at. There are a number of new MPs that have come forward, many of whom say their party doesn't need to change its tune. I would beg to differ here. You were utterly destroyed because you were arrogant. All you can do is be gracious in defeat, and most of you can't even do that. I stand by everything I've ever said, that I will hold Boris Johnson to account if he makes a mistake. But at this present time, the only ones making mistakes are the opposition, who have resorted to infighting and possibly allowing somebody with no experience to run their party. I still found it amazing when Jeremy Corbyn was selected, considering he spent his entire political career voting against his own party. Because that's what you need in charge, everyone. Someone that doesn't agree with you from the offset. With this, I do want to know whether you think Jo Swinson should be made a Baroness or not. I tend to say no, but not just because of who she is and what she stands for, but also because I don't care for the House of Lords. I firmly believe, and have consistently believed, that the House of Lords needs to be replaced with some form of Senate. However, I fully understand why the House of Lords exists in its current capacity. Let's go with that.